And hello, my fellow nerds out there. This is Golden Richie, and welcome to part 4 of our Wonderland. So, last time, we were just getting off this dock from the Kitty Cruise, and now we're going to be going on to what the next area has in store for us. I'm not sure how long we walk. 20 minutes? 30? An hour? Time feels strange, almost as though it's not passing at all. Yeah, I think back to the cottage of discovering that hole in the tree. It already feels like a lifetime ago. And strangely disconnected? I try to think about my apartment, about work, about the party. They all feel fake. Did any of that really happen? Of course it did. That's my life. That's me. I look down at my hands as though it might reveal the answer to some unspoken question. My mind drifts back to the voice in the tree. What do you wish for more than anything else in the whole world? I don't know. I still don't know. I glance over at Genzo, who has his hands shoved in his pockets and his gaze pointed towards his shoes. The cut in his cheek has stopped bleeding and is instead forming a thin, dark scab at the flesh. Why had we stopped seeing so much of each other? Why had I stopped seeing so much of any of them? I can't remember the last time I hung out with any of them, just one on one, just spending time together, talking. I've been busy. Had I, though? I wince, not busier than normal. And certainly not so busy that I could have taken some occasional time out of my schedule. I never reached out to anyone on my own accord. And even when they reach out to me, I usually make up some excuse. Some friend. Even now, I only know the basics of what they do, how they live their lives, of their goals, ambitions, hopes, dreams, secrets. I can't help but wonder if things wouldn't have turned out differently had I made an actual effort. If somehow I could have avoided this. I sigh and rub in my eyes, not worth agonizing over it now. No wonder there's so much worse things to be agonizing over. All of a sudden, my footsteps change in timber. I glance down and see a dirt path is given way to cobblestone. That's interesting. I stop for a moment, studying the new pavement. Oh, that means we're finally getting somewhere. Genzo takes this opportunity to survey the landscape. Wherever that somewhere is. Through the foliage veiling the upcoming bend, I spy a spattering of bright colors, too bright for even otherworldly trees. There's something there. I expend the energy for a short jog, take me around the trees in front of what I can only describe as a gigantic billboard. I stop, take it in. I feel my eyes grow about 5 sizes bigger. Jesus! Gizmo trots up next to me, equally stupefied. It's Gidget, only larger than life and wearing very little clothing. She's lying at her side, head propped up on her hand and holding a martini glass in the other. She's winking at the camera. At us. Next to her are the words, "Come visit Wonderland's hottest goddess." In bright purple print. My jaw goes slack. That's a side of Gidget I'd never seen before. Genzo brows reach for the sky. He looks more bemused than anything. You can say that again. A big side. Yeah. I mean a really big. Okay, I get it. Genzo laughs. I, however, feel mildly ill. Gidget's beautiful. She's always been. And and I love being around her. She's fun, smart, ambitious, not afraid to take risks. And to be honest, if she were to ask me, I wouldn't mind being more. I could see myself supporting her, rooting for her. Could see the two of us maybe curled up on the couch. Could see us frantically doing our shopping together. But thinking about her like this makes my stomach twist. I don't know why. And going further than that, trying to somehow imagine us in the same bed, us touching each other, I shake my head. To say it makes me feel uncomfortable would be an understatement. I turn away from the billboard, looking further up the path. It's bordered by other smaller placards that stick up out of the ground, like signposts. All of them sport Gidget. Some gorgeous dresses, some in bright summer ensembles, some in ridiculous getups that look like they come straight out of a fantasy or horror movie. Damn, girl's clearly been busy. Genzo says, oh, Genzo whistles beneath his breath. I mean, I guess this means Gidget's here too. You don't say. And so we make our way down the Gidget line path, where smell follows me, sometimes sweet, sometimes sultry, and sometimes downright sinful. I can't help but feel like every single one of them is aimed right straight at me. 20 placards later sees us at the entrance of a small village. Surveyed I survey the quaint white and dark wood cottages, the puffing chimneys, the curving cobblestone roads, and vine dappled walls. I remember this, though not quite as clearly as the Kitty Cruise, more like out of focus snapshots. And ice cream. Somehow I definitely remember eating ice cream here before. I suddenly, I'm suddenly feeling super hungry, Genzo scratches his belly. Pushing the thought of sweets out of my head, I start down the main road. For once, we're not the only ones here. People are milling about, walking from building to building. A boy even rides on his bike and a satchel of mail hanging off his shoulder. None of them so much as glance up as we look around. I round the next corner and stop. A crowd of people is gathered outside at a more ornate-looking homes. There's a good 15 to 20 of them, though they whisper amongst themselves. Occasionally, their attention seems fixed on the door. Who's the celebrity? Genzo slides up next to me. Don't know. I step out of the way at a ring of a bicycle, and the boy from earlier goes gliding past. My stomach gurgles. Somehow I'm pretty sure I know who it is. Yep, there she is. Good morning, darlings. I turn at the voice and see the door open. Gidget has her hand raised above her head to greet the crowd. The previously quiet gathering erupts in cheers and applause. The sinking feeling of my gut forms itself into a 2-ton boulder. Thank you so much for seeing me off today. Another shoot, can you believe it? The scouts here can't keep their eyes off me. She practically dances down the steps, the crowd parting to allow her room. Immediately, there's hands reaching out, thrusting papers and books for her to sign, trying to catch a passing touch of her arm or shoulder. We love you, Gidget! Marry me, Gidget! Gidget's mouth curls in an over-exaggerated frown as she walks through. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in quite a rush today. She pauses. Then smiles with a wink, but I suppose 1 or 2 autographs wouldn't hurt. The crowd goes wild, their pens and exposed skin at her, flinging their pens and photos and exposed skin at her with even more vengeance. Me first, Gidget. I'm your #1 fan, Gidget. She turns towards the people standing nearest her. A teenage girl with a bouncy ponytail and decked out in pins, stickers, and accessories, all featuring Gidget's name and face. The girl wrings her hand in excitement as Gidget signs her name and her autograph book. Hey, Gidget! Only this time, the call comes from right next to me. I turn to see Genzo and his hands cupped around his mouth. Gidget turns, stops, then beams. Please! She barely has time to return the girl's autograph before she's dashing towards us. You're here! I can't believe it! Could say the same thing about you. And Genzo laughs. We had no idea who we'd find out down here. Up close, Gidget looks different. I can't put my finger on how exactly. Only that she seems more perfect? Like, I can't spot a single imperfection on her. Her skin's gleaming. Her blue eyes actually seem to be sparkling. And even her hair is flawless. Not a single lock out of place. You look great. You look, great, I finally manage. Gidget beams. Then grows instantly shy. I mean, have to, you know? Keep up appearances. Who knew they'd love me down here? They sure seem to. We saw all your handiwork on the walk up. Genzo loops his fingers behind his neck. This only seems to embarrass her further. Oh gosh, right. I kind of forgotten about all those. They went a little overboard. You're, doing modeling gigs then? I asked so attentively. Yeah, crazy, huh? She starts, then stops, gaze shooting to her watch. Oh crap, that reminds me, I'm already late for my next one. Come down with me? It's just over it's just over at the pier in town. Afterwards we can grab some drinks at the inn. Catch up? I glance at Genzo, who glances at me. I shrug. Sure, why not? Because what else I gotta say? I'm honestly still confused by this whole situation. She grins. Amazing! Come on, then, this way. Then starts off down the road, not forgetting to throw a parting wave at the crowd still camped outside her door as she passes. Catch you all later! Gizzard scratches his forehead. Seems to be doing well for herself, huh? You could say that. We walk after her, and I can't help but notice the aura of the crowd grow dark as we pass. One of the older women even glares at me as I turn my head to look. Just keep walking, Genzo hisses. I don't need to be told twice, my pace quickening by about half a step. Gidget leads us down the curved road and past a few more buildings that look just familiar enough to jog my memory. Past the next bend, the buildings open up and reveal a long cobblestone pier lined with small fishing boats. Past the next bend, the buildings open up to reveal a long cobblestone pier lined with small fishing boats. A team of photographers is already setting up their gear near the water. Beautiful, isn't it? Giza turns back towards us. The perfect photo shoot. I'm actually surprised I haven't done one here yet. It's certainly photogenic. Ginzo squints as he takes in the scenery. I don't disagree, but my head is still filled with visions of giant eyeball creatures and whatever it was that happened back on the kiddie cruise, making it a bit hard for me to appreciate the view. Feel free to look around during the shoot. I don't think it'll be that long. Gidget bites down on her lip with an eager smile, then dashes off towards the crew. She's really enjoying this. They do seem to like her. I threw a glance back towards the way we came, kind of expecting to see that woman in the crowd from earlier following us. Fortunately, the path is clear. Pretty obvious what she wished for, huh? I don't respond. Instead, biting down on my lip, watching the crew finish setting up. One of them, the makeup lady, I can only guess, is already checking Gidget over, touching up her face and getting her position. The shoot starts and Gidget is on fire. I've never seen her look so alive. I'm so happy, having the absolute time of her life. They started with a few shots of with her back to the boats, then walking along the pier, sitting atop the railing and gazing out across the table. But despite her constant smile, I can't stop feeling the unease clawing in my belly. Why is she here? Why is she doing this? She's not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here. How can she act like this is normal? Why are you doing this, Gidget? Except that except that this time the voice in the head is from one of my memories, bubbling up, floating to the surface, and it's swirling around the base of my brain. Why are you doing this, Gidget? Gidget looks at me in confusion. Her brows furrows as her teeth gnaws on the inner side of her cheek. What do you mean? I thought you'd be happy for me. It had been fall of senior year, the annual school hackathon, the one with the college reps attend to scout the new talent. It was supposed to be me that won it, me that got all the scholarship offers, me that's been working so hard towards this every year of high school. You ruined everything. What are you talking about? Gidget's eyes quiver. She looks like she's about to cry. You're not good at coding. You only started because I did. That's not true. I like coding too. But you just had to go and take away everything that's important to me. The reps liked your project too. Coding is for boys. This stops her, her lips trembling. Everybody she thinks you're a boy. Already thinks you're a boy. It's embarrassing. You should do something for girls. You'd be prettier then. Okay, honestly, yeah, that was a bit your fault there, Iggy. That's kind of on you. Now the tears are falling, big salty rivers that stream down her cheeks. She runs away without another word. Horrible. It's been so horrible. Even after all these years, I still cringe just thinking about it. I hadn't meant a single word of it. It had been the anger talking. But I never apologized, never taken it back. And Gidget had changed after that. Grown her hair out. Got interested in fashion and dresses. Always asking me how she looked. I stopped coding all. She stopped coding altogether. I glanced back up at the present day Gidget. currently resting her chin in her palm, shooting a smoky glare at the camera as her hair dances in the lake breeze. I'm sorry, Gidget. No sooner had that thought entered my head than Gidget glances up. She beams, begins waving me over. I pause, unsure, point to myself as though there could be anyone else she's pointing to. When she nods, I shuffle over awkwardly. She jumps off of the railing to my approach. Join me for a shot. My voice cracks. Yeah, come on, just for fun. Her arm sneaks its way around mine. I feel her tugging me towards the camera. Besides, who wouldn't want to shoot this handsome stud, huh? I throw a look helplessness back at Genzo, who just laughs. Make him swoon, ya animal. Seems like I don't have much of a choice. They position us on the other side of the little blue sloop, its sail flapping gently in the breeze. I don't even have a chance to look at ask what I'm supposed to do before the camera starts snapping like crazy. How many pictures are you taking? 100 a minute? The first 500 are just gonna be me looking like a deer in headlights. Fortunately, Gidget knows what to do. Ah, it's kinda cute. She grabs my arm and pulls me close, then taps the opposite shoulder to give me a spin around. And when I realize it's her, I smile, laugh, feel some tension of leave my shoulders. She gives me a little playful shove, gets me moving, points towards the especially oblong cloud in the sky to get me looking skyward. And all the while, the camera shoot. This is how it works, then, is it? Hope that one or two of these thousands of shots actually look decent. Gidget laces her arms around mine, pulling me back in and plants a kiss on my cheek. I feel my face heat up. Her body is so close that I can feel her breath beneath my face, on my neck. And when she brings her arms around my shoulders in a tight squeeze, I can feel her chest pressing against my arm. My stomach flops. Bitter nausea works its way up to the base of my throat. I do it again, though. He's standing a short ways behind the photographers, hands shoved deep in his pockets, just staring at us. For once, he's not cracking his usual smile. I step away, chin curled inward, hand in my head. Maybe that's enough of a spotlight for me. I cough, wiping my nose. Gidget just laughs. You never were one for the attention. She throws a wink. Thanks for obliging me, though. I'm almost done here, then we can head back. I nod somewhat apologetically, chin about to disappear in my clavicle, and scoot out of view of the cameras. Once clear, my stomach slowly normalizes. I take off my glasses and give my face a few good rubs. So I take it you won't be coming back to shoot the swimsuit edition, eh? An all too familiar elbow nudge into my ribs, pulling me back to the moment. Very funny. I take the opportunity to clean my glasses. Two quick breaths across the lenses, and then a solid rub with the hem of my shirt. I place them back in my nose and blink. By the time I look over, Genzo's gone back to watching Gidget, who's now walking along the cobbles, looking back over her shoulder at the cameras. I check out the opposite direction, back towards the winding roads and their surrounding cottages. Every now and then, something will jump that triggers a flash of a memory. Flowers on the sill of the bakery, the outdoor seating area of the cafe, its red and white striped tablecloths. Even the smell, that faint, sickly sweet aroma of honey and sugar that dances up and down on my tongue. Something catches my eye. The girl from earlier, the one Gidget gave her autograph to. She's walking by, clutching her little book, a spring in her step and a bounce in her ponytail. People here sure seem to like Gidget. I catch myself roll my eyes. Of course they do. It's pretty obvious what Gidget wished for. It's not like any of this is real. No matter how much Gidget seems to enjoy it. Stuck my bottom lip up between my teeth. Just when I'm about to turn back to the chute, a flash of movement stops me in my tracks. There's another girl, approaching the ponytail, hunched over, moving very quickly. Very quickly. Closer. Closer. They're nearing the alleyway between two of the buildings. Ponytail walks in front of it, none the wiser. And the other girl pounces. She throws herself at Ponytail, pushing her into the alleyway in a satisfied squawk. Or a stifled squawk. Her hand comes up. There's a flash. A knife? Then down, thrust down. Ponytail's legs jump. Another thrust. Up and down, Ponytail, until Ponytail's legs slump to the ground, motionless. My jaws go slack. The victorious girl emerges, autograph book clutched in her red splotched hands. Then walks up, leaving Ponytail splayed and unmoving on the alley. That She just I raise my hand, blink, try to form words to describe what just happened to alert the others. I kind of feel like Iggy is like Courage the Cowardly Dog in a way, just like babbling like garbled nonsense. By this point, the camera crew is packing up, and no one's paying attention to my incoherent mumblings. See? What did I say? He's like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Genzo, I try. What's up, Biggs? Hey, Genzo, we're done. Gidget comes bounding back, still full of energy. Thanks so much for waiting. Let's head back. They love me at the inn. They'll give us all free drinks. She grabs my wrist, tugging me along with the rest of the crew. All Genzo can do is shoot me a look of amusement as he takes up the rear. Whew. Drink up, boys. It's on the house. I'm sorry. Excuse me. A, a busty woman in a flower print dress and white apron slams 2 extra large beers down on the table in front of Genzo and me. Hate to be that guy, but it's Genzo and I. Told you so. Giza sticks out her tongue in amusement across from us, already nursing her own cocktail. Don't mind if I do. Genzo probably grabs his and downs about half the glass. I, considerably more reserved in my own, clutching it in both hands, I bring it up to my lips, tasting it just enough for the foam to decorate the bottom of my nose. The inn is bustling with patrons. Men playing cards, groups of friends laughing and drinking, even a table not far behind us filled with what I can only assume are fans of Gidget. They sit watching us, scribbling down notes at our every action. It's a cozy place, music sprinkling in through an old phonograph, warm candles beating down from wooden chandeliers overhead. Stairs in the corner that lead up to what I can only assume are overnight rooms you can book at the counter. Sure didn't have anything like this here when we were kids. Genzo laughs and wipes at his mouth. I glance around, taking in the ambience. I mean, I guess we did always know this place changed. I always just kind of knew what you needed, even beyond wishes, I mean. Genzo crosses his fingers over his heart and lowers his head. Thank you for knowing what I need. He probably takes another swig. Turning my attention back to Gidget, she's just watching the two of us with a smile. So, how long have you been here then? Kinda seems like you've made yourself at home. Gidget curls a lock of her hair around her finger. To be honest, I don't even know. The days kind of just meld together here a bit. It hasn't been that long. Plus, I'm having a blast, so I haven't really felt the need to come running back, you know. Force an awkward smile. Yeah, sure. You definitely have made it. Haven't made. The only reception Iggy and I got was a friendly game of Impale the Humans from our old friend the Rabbits. Oh, and welcome back tasting from the world's largest eyeball. Gidget's eyes go wide. What are you talking about? You mean you weren't killed about 20 times on your way here? I take a hesitant sip from my beer. God, no. I was welcomed like a queen. Best day of my life in history. Well, besides every day since. Gotta admit, life is good down here. Oh god, dude, my voice is straining. Like, oh god, I haven't had to do this many voices in a playthrough for a while. I try to hide my grimace with a glance at Genzo. He just scratches his head in wonder. I guess it's a recent change then, I finally muse. Though now I'm really starting to wonder just how long Gidget's been down here. I have no idea what the time difference is between this world and ours, if this world is even the right terminology of where we are. But it certainly seems to pass quicker here, given that we only saw Gidget 2 days ago back home. Potentially much quicker. You, seen anyone else? Like Bucks, maybe? We thought, she might be down here. Bucks? No. But the door was already open when Orlam and I found it. Oh, fuck. He's down here? Genzo groans. I should have known something stunk. Yeah, the two of us just kind of met? Like in the woods. I don't even remember. Gidget furrows her brows. Feels like so long ago now. I just remember really feeling like I needed to check out the woods. And then when I got there, Olin was there too. And when we went to check the door, well, obviously you know what happened. Same thing happened with us. I watch as Genzo raises his hand to alert the bartender for another beer. You think Bucks is down here too, though? Gidget tilts her head, takes a drink. Don't know, but if it called the rest of us... The table grows quiet. Then the woman So shows back up to Genzo's next beer, slamming it down when forced to make my own glass rattle. Drink up, cutie? Yes, ma'am, Genzo salutes. Ginger laughs. See, Genzo has the right idea. You should enjoy yourselves. Stop looking so gloomy. I mean, look where we are. The place where dreams literally come true. Genzo's leaning down with his mouth to the rim of his glass, slurping up the excess foam. Yeah, just don't get too used to it, else reality's gonna fuck you up in the ass even harder. Genzo's smile sinks, her eyes turn sharp, she shoots a glare in Genzo's direction. Pretty sure we said that Gidget was right before, like in our original playthrough. And honestly, yeah, Genzo does kind of have a point. Genzo's right. We have to go back at some point, and the longer we stay here, the harder it'll be. Gidget turns to me with a pout. Oh god, not you too, Iggy. I thought for sure at least you'd understand. Genzo throws an arm around my shoulder. My man knows what's up. I mean, I get it, Gidget. This is nice. Too nice, really. And it's great to have that break from the doom and gloom back up there. I toss a glance skyward. But like, you don't actually want to stay down here, do you? Forever, I mean. Just living a fantasy? Who said I was gonna stay here forever, huh? When do you plan on going back? I asked somewhat tentatively. Whenever I want. Gidget responds almost instantly. Why? Why? What does it matter to you? I raise my hand defensively. It doesn't. I try to laugh it off. Just, wondering about your plans is all. Gidget's smile returns as sickly sweet as a scent of honey tickling my nose. I'll go back eventually. I'm just enjoying my time here is all. What can I say? This place is granted my biggest wish. She leans forward, one hand moving across the table to touch my wrist. It seems like it's about to grant another. I stare at her hand. Genzo stares too, even in the middle of gulping down his beer. I pull away, shoving my hands in my lap. My face feels hot. My eyes feel fixated on the bottom of my glass. I'm gonna go have a smoke. Genzo breaks the silence before pushing up and away from the table. The alcohol, He throws a glance at me and then at Gidget, then adjusts his cap and walks off for the exit. My belly is flip-flopping something awful now. Just looking at the beer left in my glass makes me nauseous. I force myself to look up, Gidget's still smiling. Hey, I honestly just pushed. Genzo and I feels like we've been through hell and back just getting here. Could really use some sleep. Winnie is hopping like a grasshopper under the table. Oh, of course. There's rooms upstairs. I'm sure Mrs. Graham would be fine. With you using them. Yeah, thanks. I try to grin as I push myself to my feet. It's just, you know how it goes. It certainly sounds like you had a rough time. Yeah. I pause, reach for my beer, pull my hand back, and bring my hand up to say something, then lower it. Anyways, let's talk more tomorrow. Sure thing. I half stumble away from the table. I can feel Gidget's eyes on my back the entire way up to the counter. My head feels blurry. Thankfully, a quick chat with the aforementioned Miss Graham is all it took to secure myself a room for the top of the steps. She grabs the key and leads me up the stairs and away from the noisy bar, opening up the door to reveal a cozy room outfitted with a bed, wardrobe, and desk. You have a nest nut now, she bids before leaving me with the key and shutting the door. Quiet. It's wonderfully quiet. I hadn't realized just how loud it was downstairs until now. And the beautiful silence does wonders for my chest. I could practically feel it unclench itself muscle by muscle as I let out the longest breath of my life. I meandered towards the bed. It's decorated with a thick red quilt and crowned at the top by two fluffy-looking pillows. I sit down and feel the mattress curve delightfully beneath me, then take the opportunity to look out the window at the foot of the bed. It's dark now, with only street lights to illuminate the cobblestones below. A few people are milling about. I search for Genzo, then realize I'm on the opposite side of the building, so there's no point. I sit back and examine the room instead. Walls have been built with thick, rounded logs. It reminds me of the old cabin I stayed at during camp one summer. Rustic. My body is still relishing in the quiet. I kick off my shoes and swing my legs up onto the bed. God, it feels good to get off my feet. I let my eyes wander towards the ceiling in that brown swath of nothingness I wish my brain would get lost in. There's a knock at the door. I grimace, but somehow it's not like I didn't know it was coming. I swing back around reluctantly and slide my feet back to my shoes. Coming. I shuffle towards the door, fumble with the doorknob. I pull it open. Gidget's shy smile greets me on the other side. Hey, hey, she says back. Sorry, I mean, is it okay? I just wanted to talk. Oh, sure. I move to the side so she can come in. She walks to the middle of the room and looks around. These rooms are nice, yeah? I stay. I stayed one of my first couple nights here, before everyone prepared that place for me in town. Yeah, it's nice. I stand in the doorway, unsure what to do, then finally slide my way towards the bed. I perch myself on the edge, expecting her to take the chair in front of the desk. She sits next to me on the bed instead. I don't move. My face feels like it's frozen in place. Pretty crazy, right? All of this? Yeah. To think that this place we went to as kids still exists? Heck, it always exists. That it always existed? I think part of me tried to write it off, chalk it up to kids being kids, make believe in all that. Yeah, I know what you mean. I lean forward and perch my elbows on my thighs, clasp my hands. But it's real, all of it, and it's given us another chance. I've been looking at, I haven't been looking at her, but at this point I turn. Gaze, her gaze is pointed up towards the ceiling, as though trying to peer past it and straight into the stars. Another chance? Another chance? What do you mean? She brings a hand up, curling a lock of her hair behind her ear. I don't know. Just that. Have you ever felt like maybe you should have done something differently? I stay silent, tapping my thumbs together. That maybe if you'd been smarter or been more courageous or really fought for that thing that you want, that maybe things would have turned out differently. I run a hand through my hair. I think probably everyone feels that way to an extent. Yeah, I guess. There aren't any do-overs in life. A laugh. But I don't know. Maybe that's why this feels so significant to me. The world's way of giving me a chance to change things. She looks over at me with this. Her eyes are slightly strained. There's sort of a longing in her gaze. I can't decide if it makes me curious or uncomfortable. You're gonna stay down here then? You're gonna stay down here then? I finally ask. Her lips curl in an embarrassed smile. No, I mean, just for a little while is all. Besides, it's giving me good practice. Modeling, I mean. I've had sets. I've had so many shoots down here. My confidence feels through the roof. By the time I head back, I'll be a pro. There won't be an agent anywhere I can't impress. That's great, yeah. Her smile twitches. You know, I thought you'd be happy for me. What do you mean? Am I not pretty now? I've got a whole fucking village telling me I'm beautiful. Her eyes flash. I sit up with a start, lips pressed tight. I mean, I think you're gorgeous. I always have. Her face softens, melts. I can almost see her eyes start to quiver. Really? A red flush spreads across her cheeks. Is that true? Beads of sweat are beginning to break around my forehead. I wipe them away as I run a hand through my hair. I mean, sure. She looks down in her lap, brings her hands together, plays with her thumbs. Iggy, there's actually something I've been meaning to tell you for a long time. My stomach is starting to flip flop again. Oh, really? What's that? She looks away shyly, then turns back, curling a lock of her hair around her finger. Well, considering where we are and all that, maybe I should just show you. I bleed confusion. What do you. Before I can finish, she moves forward, eliminating the distance between us. Her hands go to my cheeks, she, and she tugs me down, bringing our lips together in a bruising kiss. My system temporarily goes into shock. When I don't do anything, she presses harder, moving her lips against mine. Parting just long enough to let her gasp of hot air against my mouth before diving back in, tongue roving and searching and slithering across my gums. The sweat from my forehead has returned, now replacing itself across my neck and back. Or replicating itself, my bad. Her hands, her fingers, slide against my cheeks, work down to my throat. As she follows her with her mouth, sucking and licking down at the length of my neck. She moans into my skin. Gidget, I don't think we. My lips are trembling. My whole body is trembling. I suddenly feel incredibly cold, tendrils of icy electricity making my nerves and muscles jump. I don't like this. I don't like this. Please don't. But her hand is already moving, roving. I can feel it descending across my chest, my stomach. Her fingers reach to ruffle my denim jeans. First light dances on her fingertips, then cupping and massaging, working me through the fabric. Tears spraying across my eyes. Gidget, stop. She doesn't stop. She moans against me, sucking down hard on my neck. Gidget, stop! Finally wrenched myself away, half falling off the bed in the process. My body is shaking uncontrollably now. Gidget, however, can only look at me in shock. What's wrong? What is it? Did I do something wrong? I take a moment trying to find my breath. I clench my fists, hide my quivering fingers. I rub my face. It's not that I don't like you. I do. Heck, I could even, I don't know, love you maybe? If it came to that, I don't know. I bite down on my tongue. But I can't do that. Do what? I sigh at my own incompetence in forming words and turn my gaze towards the ceiling. That! It makes me really uncomfortable. Maybe I just need more time. I don't know. Get just quiet for a moment, still. Then she sits back. I see, she finally says. So that's how it is. I turn in confusion, but Gidget's is looking away now, gazing off towards a far wall. How what is? This is your way of saying you don't want me to be more than friends, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, shut up. You like me, but you don't want to. I ain't saying that. Is that it? What man doesn't want to bang a girl he likes? I sit back up on the bed, righting myself. My voice seems to crack with every word. I said maybe. I just need more time is all. I'm honestly really confused, too. I never really been in this situation before. I don't really know what's wrong with me. Stop with the fucking excuses. The sharpness of her tone catches me off guard. I quiet instantly. The temperature of the room feels like it's dropped about 20 degrees. Her shoulders are hunched, her voice quiet. It was just too much to ask, wasn't it? What was? I whisper. Even after everything I've done, a chill bends over and curves its way down my spine. But this one little thing was just too much, wasn't it? She spins back towards me, only her face. Her face is different, contorted. Her lips are pulled back in a snarl that seems to stretch her entire face. Her pupils are like pinpricks in her sunken sockets. Gidget? I fly backwards. But Gidget is already crawling towards me like some kind of spider. Foreshadowing. Her face twisted and warped. Guess you were just too good for me, was it? I'm not reading all of that. I refuse to read that. She grabs a chunk of my hair and twists it. The pain is like a spark of electricity raining across my scalp. My eyes immediately go blurry with tears. She yanks me across the bed and I go down hard enough that even the soft mattress is enough to knock out the wind out of me. I try to sit up to get away, but only manage to turn onto my back before Gidget is on top of me, slamming her seat down on my stomach and her hands at my throat. Oh wait, is I think the CG is actually a new version. Gidget! My voice strains against her tightening grip. I'll never be good enough for you, will I, Iggy? She snarls, leaning forward until a full proper weight is set to the top of my throat. Maybe no one is good enough for you. Is that it? Perfect little Iggy? But I can't even form words. My whole head feels like it's about to explode from the pressure. I can't breathe. She stops for a moment, her scowl softening. Then glances around the room, gaze stopping at the desk. Her smile returns. She slides off me in the bed and I instantly gasp, desperately pulling air into my lungs. My head spins around, but I bring my hands to my throat in futile attempts to relieve the lingering pain. I hear a drawer opening, footsteps, then the creak of the bed. And by the time my head is clear enough to open my eyes and register what's happening, Gidget is looming over me again, this time with a pair of long scissors in her hand. Gidget! My body moves on instinct. At the sight of the blades, I jerk forward, reach out, attempt to pull myself away, even through a haze of pain. But she's on top of me again, heavy weight on my chest, a palm to my forehead, pushing me down, forcing my head to the mattress. Perfect little Iggy. Too good for anyone. I can think of something you won't be needing then. I can feel her hand in my stomach. Then it'll fly in my pants. She starts tugging on it. Shout for help, obviously, because I'm pretty sure fighting back got us killed initially before. Yeah, shout for help. The only hope is someone hears me. Help! I push through pain crawling in my throat, voice croaking. Help me! Louder this time. Help! Her hand leaves my forehead long enough to reel back and slap me across the cheek. My head shoots to the side, and so hard I see stars. I see the face, the sides of my face burns like it's on fire. Oh, shut up! There's no one to help you. She's struggling to get my fly open one-handed, but she finally manages to wrestle the button loose. She smiles, fingers roving to the hole in my boxer briefs. At that moment, the slam rocks the room and the door flies open. What the fuck? Genzo stands in the doorway, slack-jawed. His gaze goes from Gidget to me to the scissors. Genzo! Leave us alone! Gidget's voice is like a demonic growl, deep, low, and echoing off the walls. I'm not sure what goes through Genzo's mind at the moment, or if anything does at all. It happens so fast. Oh, hell no! I hear him bellow. And then he's charging us, charging straight at the bed, straight at Gidget. She doesn't have time to react. His hands hit her across the middle and forced the impact to send her flying. She sends to the window behind her, shattering the glass instantly. Oh God! Jeez, thank God Carrot put a censored mode in this. It saves me a time in editing. Body lands halfway across the frame, hard. There's a nauseating squelching as jagged shards of glass still protruding from the sill impale her from behind, jutting up through her chest like bloody daggers. I don't move. Genzo doesn't move. We both just stare at her limp body hanging halfway out the window. Her dress is soaked clean through, red, so much red. It's dripping off glass, raining down the wall, pooling on the floor. Strange sounds rumble in my chest. It builds louder and louder until it bursts from my lips as a groan that buzzes and whirs in my throat. I scoot back along the bed, away from the window, until my back hits the wall. Fuck, Genzo says quietly at first, then louder. Yeah, fuck. I bring my hands to my face, my knuckles to my eyes, clenching them shut, trying to block out the scene from in front of me. What do we do? Come on, Genzo, think! Genzo is smacking his head with his palms. Something loud moves downstairs. Tables and chairs creaking and toppling, sliding, grinding footsteps on the hardwood floor. Genzo twists towards the doorway, darts into the hallway. We got a big fucking trouble on our hands, Ziggs. I don't think they like that we killed their idol. I watch him take a step back, then another, then leaps back into the room. Just before he manages to slam the door closed, I catch a glimpse of a person. If they could be called a person. Their skin is gaunt and gray, and their eyes are puffy and red. They claw at the door. I hear low moans as the door shakes and rattles beneath their nails. We need to get out of here, I say with a shudder. No shit, Sherlock. Genzo glances furtively around the room, but even I know the only exit is the window. I push myself shakily to my feet. There seems to be more of them outside the door now. The scratching is intensified. Genzo climbs onto the bed and over to the window, peering around Gidget's body to ascertain the situation outside. There's an overhang below. I think we can make the jump. But Gidget! Genzo winces, his breath hitches in his throat. I'm sorry, Gidget. Then loops an arm around her pelvis and pushes. There's a crack, a snap as the remaining glass breaks. Then another push. All the way this time. It sends her sliding out the window and she disappears over the edge. I hear a thud from outside as her body lands in the overhang. Come on, Genzo reaches his hand towards me. I look towards him, towards the window, then back towards the door. The door isn't gonna last long. Genzo jerks his hand in desperation. The door in question is visibly shaking now, lurch after lurch, sending it rattling in its hinges. I bite to my lip and dart towards Genzo. It's at that moment the door gives. It opens with a horrifying slam and sends the door flying backwards, bouncing off the wall. And then the bodies come pouring in. There's so many of them. They crawl and lurch and moan like zombies, all of them with the skin pulled taut across their bodies, and eyes sunk in pink. A whole pile of them spills over and through the doorway, and they clutch and crawl over each other again inside the room. Genzo wastes no time. He grabs me around the waist, braces himself, and leaps. Shoulder first. He breaks the remaining glass in the window frame. He goes rolling out to the other side, taking me with him. We hit the overhang hard. A second later, the whole thing buckles beneath us as we go cluttering to the ground below in a shower of boards and shingles. I lay there a moment, waiting for my ears to stop ringing and my body to stop screaming. I push myself to my feet, careful to avoid any errant nails or broken wood. Genzo groans next to me. He nurses his shoulder as he sits up. Fuck my life. But our lives are about to get even more fucked. The groans are loud above us. I glance at as he gets his rabbit fans reaching and groping out through the window. Some of them are already attempting to pull themselves out after us. The situation is not much better on the ground. More gaunt faces appear around the corners as nearby buildings living and dragging themselves across the once cherried cobbles. Genzo, what do we do? I hiss. Fuck. He lurches to his feet, clearly in pain. But he pushes through it, eyes clearing and gaze sharpening as he looks around. Then finally, come on, I have an idea. He takes off. I yelp at the sound of a body falling behind us, then quickly follow. I'm not sure where we're going at first. We round the corner and Genzo jerks backwards as at the approach of a nurse swarm clawing, reaching hands. Other way! We quickly reroute in the opposite road, circling around the set of buildings and just narrowly avoiding the convergence of two more packs. Then straight on, back to the main street, groans, moans, and guttural screeches filling the air around us. The pier. We're headed towards the pier. Past the bakery, past the cafe. Then one more bend and the water appears dark now, but lined with white bobbing boats. The blue one, Genzo shouts, pointing somewhere towards the left. But they're everywhere now, spilling out of alleyways, falling from windows and splat against the ground. All of them are lurching, reaching, bones creaking, eyes oozing. We race to the edge and see the blue sloop from earlier. Its sail fluttering in the breeze. In. I don't even stop. I take a flying leap off the side of the pier and land against one of the boat's seats so hard I swear I lose consciousness for about half a second. Genzo's right behind me, the boat sloshing at the water as he comes tumbling on board. Hands to my head, I push myself back up, wait until my double vision recedes and they can actually make out the pier and the bodies swarming our way. Genzo, the rope! I try to walk forward, dizzy, wobbling. I got it! Genzo latches onto the rope and keeping the boat tied to the pier. They're not as tight, and when he can't wrest it loose, he resorts to simply yanking it in jerking tugs that send shudders through the boat's frame. They're getting closer. Almost to the water now. Like a hungry wave spilling over the edge of a bucket. I bring my hands to my hair, clutching my curls. I frantically begin searching the boat for anything that might free us from that rope. There's a pile of rigging, flare gun, couple of spare boards. Finally, underneath the front overhang, I found a small toolbox. And in it, God almighty, a rigging knife. I snatch it up and fly over to Genzo, begin hacking at the rope. The individual fibers snap one by one and agonizingly slow, and it's working. I raise my hand for an extra punishing swing, only to find it caught in midair. I look up and see my wrist ensnared by a set of grizzled gray fingers. I scream, jerk back. Oh, Jesus! But there's already more of them. They're clawing forward off the edge of the pier, groping and clawing at my arm, face, and hair. That is definitely thumbnail material, at least. There's 3, 4, 5 sets of fingers wrapped in my arm now, and I feel that my feet start to leave the ground. They're pulling me back. Genzo! I scream so loud I can feel my vocal cords rip. Genzo's arms are wrapped around my waist, digging his heels into the side of the boat. Let him go, you fuckers! Pain shoots through my shoulder and upper arm. They're gonna rip it off! I start to hyperventilate, heart beating out of my chest. I wriggle, yank, swat desperately with my free arm as they pull and pull and pull. But even more are latching on, forming a bridge of flesh up from the pier towards the boat, and allowing even more of those things to crawl across. I can feel their fingers dig in my hair, my scalp, scrape my eyelids and cheeks. Genzo groans behind me, and the pressure of my midsection builds as he clings to me tighter. Fuck! He jerks backwards. And this time the force is so great it sends the boat reeling backwards, and the final remaining fibers of the rope snap. The boat breaks free. The zombies latched onto me get pulled off the pier and into the water. I nearly go with them. Probably would have too if Genzo hadn't locked his legs around the underside of one of the boat seats. feel the arms loosen, fall away, and use new freedom to bat frantically at the ones still remain. Finally, the last one loses its grip, and I watch the thing sink down into inky blackness outside the boat. Jesus, that was a lot. It's all I can do is sit there and breathe, to not collapse right then and there. Feel my knees feel like twin piles of goo. My arms and fingers tingle with swirling numbness. The other one wraps itself in my waist, sliding backwards down into its rear end. Jesus. I follow suit, sitting shakily in one of the seats. And as I'm sitting there, as I'm breathing, shuddering, taking it all in, it hits me. Tears flood my cheeks, like a river leaking down my face. My shoulders rock, chest gasping, mucus oozing down my lips. I can't stop. It's like someone flipped a switch and now there's no going back. Genzo pulls himself up next to me, wrapping an arm around my shoulder. Cry it out. Just cry it out. He gives my shoulder a firm squeeze. And that's exactly what I do. Wow. That is a lot, to be completely honest. That's just wow. We put her across the water all night. We try to stay awake at first. Oh. But anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here for now. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason